cooking from my mama's cookbook, her meatloaf, which is located on page 25 of the book. I have it here sitting up, and I have already measured out everything I need because she has, well, the hamburger and the sausage I'll get out in a minute. But with that, I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of salt and a fourth a teaspoon of pepper, which I've already put in here, and a half of a teaspoon of sage, which is in here. I've already got my onion, a small onion, and I've already chopped it. And I've got my crackers. She says a big handful of crackers, so I already took them out of the sleeve. Because I'll just tell you a little secret. When we were kids, this is one of the things we loved to do. When you would go to a restaurant and they had butter on the table, and you just put a little butter on the regular old saltine. Brings back good memories. Anyway, and she calls for a small can of tomatoes. Well, I don't like the chunks, so I just used a small can of tomato sauce that I mix in. And I usually probably have put a few more crackers than I would because of that, but it's still good. Still good. Okay. Oh. And 2 unbeaten eggs. I did not crack them yet. Hopefully y'all didn't just see my big honey sticking in the air there. Okay. This is my pound of meat, hamburger meat. So, and I have just washed my hands a dozen times at least, I think, today. At the very least. And I'll wash that off before I touch this, because I don't like to touch the packages of stuff if I don't have to. Okay. Dry them off over here. Okay. Now, I need a fourth of a pound of sausage, and right here is 1 pound. So, normally I would use Jimmy Dean, but times are hard now and you just can't get what you want. So, I'm taking with this, and I'm gonna slice open the package about a fourth, but that'd be about a half, so that'd be about a fourth of it. So, I'll do that. And put it in there. Okay. Put that away in a little bit. All right, so I've got the 2 meats in here, and I'm gonna kind of chunk that up a little bit. And then I'm going to add all my other ingredients in. Alright. Got the meat kind of chunked. If you can see, I hope you can see a little bit of this. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so let's put all these ingredients in. I've got my salt and pepper. Put that in. I've got my sage, put that in. Got my onion, put that in. Get it all. Don't want to waste some onions. And, okay, I've got 2 eggs that I got to put in here. The eggs serve to bind it together so it won't fall apart when you cook it. That's what they're for. It's not for flavor. Because if it's for flavor, I wouldn't put them in there. Just saying. Alright, so egg number 1. And egg number 2. I do do not like eggs. They're so gross. And we'll just kind of see how it's looking. Kind of nasty. Really does. All right. And then I'm going to pour in the stuff. All right. So now she says to mix it all in good enough. And I'm going to go ahead and put in some crackers because I know I'm going to need a bunch and I can always add more. She says a big handful. So I'm going to get a big handful here and crumble them. Now some people use breadcrumbs and stuff, you know, that you buy in the store, but I don't like to buy those. I like this stuff right here. It's perfect. So, you can see what I got here, a nice mess. So now the fun begins. Okay, so I got it mixed and I greased my pan with using Pam. You know, Mama didn't use this when she was younger, probably when she wrote that book. This book, it wasn't invented yet, but she did use Pam later on. So I know it's okay to do that instead of using shortening, which is what she used to use. So, the next thing she says is to grease a baking dish or pan, make ingredients into a loaf, and put it into pan. And then pour 1 small can of tomato sauce on top of loaf and cook loaf at 350 degrees for 1 to 1.5 hours or until brown around the edges and on top. So, I've almost got this done. And so what I gotta do is make it form into a loaf of some kind in here. Now I'm gonna tell you a secret. This is one of my prized possessions. This was Mama's meatloaf pan. That's what we always called it. I think it might have used to be brown, but over the years got scrubbed a lot. I use it for lots of things now. She used it for meatloaf, and when y'all remember when she made barbecue brisket? Yeah, she used it for lots of those things. But anyway, I'm not making enough meatloaf to call for this. But now if I was making it for a family, I'd be using that meatloaf pan because I love that thing. It's one of the things I'm so glad I have. All right, so I'm gonna put this. Have to touch it again, which is so disgusting. I don't like messing with raw meat a whole lot. It's just not my cup of tea. All right, so I'm gonna form it into a loaf. Ew. Now Mama would just, she would just press it down into the pan. And so that's basically what I'm gonna do here. Because I have a smaller pan and it'll be just as good this way. Okay. And there we go. So that's good enough. Okay, so I've got to open that can, but my hands are disgusting right now. So I'm cutting raw, nasty meat. It's so gross. You know what's fun with this? Ah, my goodness, my easel messed up. Sorry about that. It doesn't come down and hit me in the face. Okay. Tape's is not holding good. Well, I'll see if it lasts a little better now. All right, so I gotta take another can. That's tomato sauce. I like Hunt's. Okay. Gotta open it. Whoops. Oh, it's coming apart again. I'm gonna have to go get some more tape. I sure am. Is it broke? Yeah, it's still going. I got AE lock on, whatever that means. I just punched something and it came on. All right, so I'm gonna pour some of this on here. Now you can pour more if you like more. I don't care to have it real thick. In fact, when I eat it, I'll probably scrape that off the top just because I don't care that much for it. But anyway, it is what it is. And then I'm just gonna spread it out on here. And I used to leave a little corner for me that didn't have any of this on it because I don't, but I learned over the years I can scrape it off and it's okay. So I do. All right, so now it's ready to go into a 350-degree oven for 1.5 hours until brown around the edges and on top. So, I'm not gonna put it in yet. I will in a minute. Here is the finished project, which I'm about to eat really, really fast. And there you have it, Clean Plate Club. That was good, and it really made me think of Mama the whole time I cooked it, which makes it a really good Mother's Day because I always like to think of Mama. When I cook, I always think of her because she always cooked, and she's the reason I like to cook. And I hope y'all have a happy Mother's Day, ladies. Cheers with my water. Have a nice day.